2010 through 2017 Chevy Equinox or GMC Terrain with a 2.4 liter engine, alternator replacement. I'm Brian Esser from How to Automotive. I'm going to walk you step by step through the process of changing out the alternator. So this vehicle has the 2.4 liter engine, and we're changing out the alternator for it. This is the factory replacement part numbers. I will link these up in the description of the video. We're going to get started by disconnecting the negative battery cable. Right here on the driver's side, there's a computer module here. Right underneath the module is mounted is the battery. And we're going to disconnect the negative battery cable. So you're going to pull the little boot back right here, and underneath it will be a 10mm bolt. You're going to loosen this up, and once you get this loosened up a few threads, you should be able to pull this battery cable right off. There's just enough room to clear the battery cable and the module sitting above the battery here. So once you get it unplugged or disconnected like this, you're going to tuck it off. You want to make sure that it doesn't flip back and make contact with the post. So you want to tuck it off out of the way really well. So looking down on the passenger side here, you can see the alternator just below the airbox here. So we're going to actually take the airbox out and get this out of our way. So there's some screws going around the perimeter here. We're going to take these out and loosen the clamp up. We're just going to take it and flip it over here. We're not going to unplug the mass airflow or anything. So I just use an 8mm socket here with my little impact driver. You can use regular tools to do this or impact tools, whatever you got. I just used impacts because it's a lot quicker to do these. So you're going to loosen up all these fasteners. Then you can pull the top lid off like this, and I just flipped it over, left the electrical connector for the mass air plugged in, just flipped it out of my way like this. Now we're going to unbolt the bottom portion of the box by removing these two 10mm bolts here. Once you get these two 10mm bolts removed, then you can just lift the box up and out like this. Now with a 3/8 ratchet, we're going to put it inside the belt tensioner here and swing the belt tensioner over and take the belt off. You're going to want the ratchet in the counterclockwise rotation, and also you may have to spin the ratchet a little bit and set it up to get it in there. It took a little bit of finesse to get it to go inside the little slot on the tensioner. So once you get the tensioner sprung over, just slip the belt off the alternator pulley and just let it rest below it. So don't take the belt off all the pulleys, just take it off the alternator and just lower it below it. Now we're going to use the new alternator as a reference where the bolts are located for the new ones here. So if you look down here, there's a bolt here, a nut here, and down below right here is the third nut or bolt. So the positive lead can be hard to get to. So what we're going to do is unbolt it, and we're going to lift it up a little bit and maneuver it in a better position where we can get the electrical connectors from underneath to unplug and unbolt the main power feed going to it. So you may maneuver it in a better position. So I'm using a 13mm socket and a swivel head ratchet here to get to it. There's actually enough room down here where you could actually use cordless tools or power tools to get in here. But I'm just using the ratchet right here to crack them free right here. I went after the bottom bolt first. It's a little bit more challenging, not too bad, but crack this free. And then once you got it cracked free, I was lucky enough to be able to spin it out by hand. So you're going to go ahead and loosen and remove all three of the fasteners holding it on. So there's one stud on here, and when you go to take it off and you go to slide the alternator off, it makes contact with the AC lines here. So what I'm going to show you is a workaround, how to get that out without messing with the AC lines. I even tried to unplug the high pressure switch here to see if there was enough room, but when I went to slide the alternator forward, it's still making contact with the AC line. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the stud off. So if you look at the end of the stud, you're able to put a socket on there. So we're going to take a 5mm socket and put it on the end of the stud here, and we're going to back that stud out. I'm using a 1/4" ratchet here to do this. They're usually not very tight. To make things go a little faster, I switched over to a cordless ratchet here and to finish removing that stud out. Now you can take the alternator and pull it towards you a little bit and kind of twist it upwards so you can get to the bottom of the alternator and unplug the electrical connector. And also we can get the main positive power feed here to come off. So we're going to unbolt that. So we're going to squeeze the little tab and unplug the electrical connector. And just below it right here is the spot where the main power feed is. It takes a 13mm wrench or ratchet to get to that fastener. Now you can take a 13mm wrench like this, go ahead and put it on the fastener here, and then you can crack it free. Once you got it cracked free, then usually you can spin these off by hand. Once you got the nut removed and the wire pulled off, you're just going to push it off to the side, And once you got it pushed off the side, then you're able to just lift the alternator straight up and out of the vehicle. Now you can take the new replacement alternator and make sure it's facing the right direction. So you're going to twist it in the right direction. And then once you got it going in the way it's supposed to go in, you can just lower it down into position. And we're going to start the bottom cable first, put the nut on and tighten it up. Then we'll put the electrical connector, and then we'll bolt it up to its mount. So as you can see here, I just fed it down into position, kind of clocked it where it would be easy to get to the electrical connectors, and go ahead and put those on. You want to take your time when you're starting this little nut. The terminal is made out of brass, and you don't want to strip it or anything like that. So go ahead and put the wire on and put the nut on. And then once you got it on, then I just ran it down with a wrench, a couple threads, until it's snug. You don't want to over tighten it. Just tighten it up until you feel it snug up, but you don't want any play in the cable. There's no room for torque wrenches or anything like that down there. So you're just going to run it in until it's snug, and then that's about it. Now you can plug in the two remaining electrical connectors down here, the one for the AC and the one for the alternator. Go ahead and plug those back in. And as you can see, when I went to plug it in, I had to maneuver the alternator a little bit to get it in a better position. Now that the electrical connectors are all connected, I took a long bolt and I put it in the top corner here, and I lifted the alternator onto its mounting point, and I slid the top corner bolt here in and started that first by hand. Then I took the lower bolt and I went ahead and started that bolt next. You have to twist the alternator left, right to kind of get the holes to line up. So you start that by hand. Don't tighten it down or anything. Just start them both up by hand. Now you can take the long stud and slide it through the alternator on the inside top right here, or closest to the driver's side. Slide that in, and then you can start that stud by hand. And then once you got it started, then you switch over to your ratchet and run it in until it's snug. Once you got the stud run in and snug, then you can go ahead and put the nut on. And once you got the nut on, now you can run all three of the fasteners down until they're tight. So what I did is I used my little cordless ratchet here, ran them all down until they were snug, and then gave them about a quarter turn more, and that's as tight as you need them. So I just ran them down with the ratchet until they were snug, and then I switched over to a hand ratchet and snugged them up the final bit of torque. You can feel that how tight they're supposed to be. So I just about a quarter turn more, and you should be good. Now we're going to take our 3/8 ratchet and slip it back into the tensioner with the ratchet setup going in the counterclockwise way. So we're going to swing the tensioner over to the left, and once it's swung over, then you can reach down and grab the belt and slip it back over the alternator pulley. Now that the belt is on and secure, we're going to go ahead and put the airbox back on, the lower airbox. The rubber grommet mounts in this little hole right here. So you're going to stab that portion in first, and then once you got that stabbed in first, then you can swing it down like this and line up the two tabs where it mounts with the bolts. And once you got that there, you can go ahead and run in the two bolts and tighten those up. Now you can flip the top portion of the air cleaner assembly back in and hook it into the air snorkel here, and then line up the bolt holes onto the top of the bottom cover. And then once you got that all lined up, you can go ahead and run the fasteners in until they're snug. Now you can reconnect your negative battery cable here. If they need cleaning, go ahead and clean those now. Go ahead and put the terminal back on and tighten it down. When tightening the battery cable down, you want to be careful not to over tighten it. These they get corrosion on them and they snap off, and you'll have to replace the cable in. But you want it tight enough where the cable doesn't move and it doesn't have any play. Now you're going to want to hook up a voltmeter. There's a terminal on the fuse box here where you can hook the positive lead and then the negative lead to the battery. And now we're going to go ahead and start the vehicle off and make sure that everything is charging. So I will link up all the parts and tools that I use in this video in the description. I'm Brian Esser from How To Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, encourage you to subscribe, invite you to head over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this. Thank you again for watching.